Charles Eruka has the day's sports stories.
Thanks, Sulaiman. Welcome to Sports at 10. Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi has revealed that his 2014 World Cup target is to surpass the country's best performance of reaching the round of 16. Keshi said he is working hard to get a very good squad for the World Cup and build a team capable of achieving success. Nigeria reached the round of 16 at USA in 1994 and France 98, but have since failed to go beyond the group stage in Korea, Japan 2002 and South Africa 2010. The African champions are drawn in Group F along with Argentina, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Iran. In female soccer, Falconets coach Edwin Okon is confident South Africa cannot deny the Under-20 team the ticket for the 2014 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Canada. The Nigerian campaigners stopped their Tunisian opponents 4-0 in the reverse fixture of the second round in Tunis on Sunday to advance to the final round on an 8-0 aggregate. The Falconets will hit the road to Johannesburg in the first week of January to confront the South Africans in the first leg final round of the African qualifying race, while the decisive leg will hold a week after at the Abuja National Stadium. Winners of the two-legged encounter will automatically qualify to hoist the nation's or the continent's flag rather at the biennial Global Football Fiesta in Canada. Now to tennis, British number 1 Andy Murray admits it will be tough to add to his haul of 2 Grand Slam titles, but it will not be for want of trying. The 26-year-old Scot bounced back from losing his first 4 Grand Slam finals to capture the US Open title in 2012 before winning Wimbledon earlier this year. He missed the end of last season after undergoing back surgery, but after some hard training in Florida, he is set to return to action in Abu Dhabi on Boxing Day as he prepares for next month's Australian Open. In Formula One, Ferrari president Luca Di Montezemolo insists he has no worries about Fernando Alonso's long-term commitment to Ferrari despite an ongoing push by McLaren to lure him away. Alonso's future became the subject of speculation during the summer when he was given a public dressing down by Di Montezemolo over comments he had made. It also emerged that the Spaniard's management team sounded out both Red Bull and Lotus about their future driver situation, how McLaren is eyeing taking Alonso back as soon as 2015. But Di Montezemolo says relations with Alonso are much improved now and that he has no worries about him leaving before his current contract runs out at the end of 2016. In basketball and the NBA, LeBron James's 38 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists helped rally the Miami Heat to a come-from-behind win over the Atlanta Hawks. Michael Beasley hit 2 free throws with 9.2 seconds left in overtime to put the Heat in front 120-119, while the Hawks missed a final attempt and Miami added a free throw. The Hawks led 111-108 in the final seconds of regulation, but Ray Allen was fouled while shooting a three-pointer and converted all 3 to send it to overtime.
Second chance points.
Points of the game. The lob for LeBron. Easy score over Millsap. The front got 10 points in the paint for the Heat. None for the Hawks until that rainbow for the team. Team off the dribble. It's another runner.
Oh, you see how quick he is on Elder Williams.
Corver for 3. There it is. Continue.
Yes.
The Gator who won a pair of national championships there. Corver, 2 threes from the same spot.
Just amazing how he can just get that.
Mario Chalmers. T getting by Chalmers, getting the field goal and drawing the foul on Lewis.
Well, in darts now, 6th seed James Wade dodged more bullets before beating Andy Smith 4-3 in the last 32 of the PDC World Darts Championship. Smith was first into his stride, taking the first set despite a miscount and then adding the second, aided by a 161 checkout in the 4th leg. The Pie Man made it 3-0 after Wade missed his favorite double 10, and it looked as if the 3-time semi-finalist was on his way. Finally, Wade found some rhythm, and with Smith struggling under the hot Alexandra Palace lights, he reeled off 3 straight sets to tie the contest at 3-3 and force a decider.
Is it going to be so again?
20.
I think it is. Well, even in the marathon, the only thing that counts is that last couple of feet getting over the finishing line, and certainly James Wade here, if he does get over the finishing line, he'll feel he's run a marathon.
Hopefully not in those new shoes, otherwise he'll probably never walk again. The winner here, remember, placed just in Michael Devon and Peterson. They would be on a possible collision course in the quarterfinals with Adrian Lewis. Well, that would be a rematch. Double top for the match! Oh, it's a fabulous finish! James Wade!
Well, that will be the final throw in sports news, and it's back to Salai for the rest of the news at 10.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Well, anyway, on the foreign scene, the UN says it has reports of 3 mass graves in South Sudan amid intense fear among civilians that will be killed for their ethnicity. There's been a week of fighting amid a past struggle between President Salva Kiir, a Dinka, and ex-deputy Riek Machar of the Nuer. The UN said 34 bodies have been found in Bentiu in the north, with 2 more sites reported in the capital, Juba. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Fortunate, but South Sudan is still making headlines, and for the wrong reasons. The fighting first erupted in Juba last week and has spread throughout South Sudan. It follows a power struggle between President Salva Kiir, a Dinka, and his deputy Riek Machar, a Nuer. Also today, the royal family to which Nelson Mandela belonged has called on his family not to intimidate or undermine his widow, Graça Machel. It follows unconfirmed reports that some members of the Mandela family want Mrs. Machel to leave the home she shared with him in Johannesburg. Then, former National Security Agency contractor Edward Snowden, who leaked details of U.S. electronic surveillance programs, says he's achieved his aim. He told the Washington Post, quote, "In terms of personal satisfaction, the mission's already been accomplished. I already won," said Mr. Snowden. The leaks have caused a reassessment of U.S. surveillance policy, and the 30-year-old was interviewed in Russia, where he was granted temporary asylum on the 1st of August. Plus, a 3-year-old Palestinian girl has been killed in an Israeli strike on the Gaza Strip. The attack came hours after an Israeli civilian was shot dead by a Gazan sniper while working on the border fence. Finally, Russian authorities have dropped criminal charges against the first of 30 people accused of taking part in a Greenpeace protest in the Arctic. It's been learned that the man is Anthony Perrott from Newport in South Wales, who's preparing to leave Russia. Well, that's it from me. Those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Well, many thanks, Cynthia. The main news again. An Air Force officer and 6 others have been paraded by the Department of State Service, DSS, as kidnappers. The federal government has confirmed paying 360 billion naira to PHCN staff as severance allowance. Former Kaduna State Governor Balarabe Musa has described General Obasanjo as being as guilty as President Jonathan of the issues raised in their letters. And South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has claimed recapturing the town of Bor from rebel soldiers. That's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching.